Both cameras rolling? Great. All right. Hey, I'm Aaron Hogan, owner and photographer. Let me start that over. Hey guys, I'm Aaron Hogan, owner and principal photographer of I Wander Photo, located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Today, we're going to talk about starter photography gear. I want to talk a little bit about computers. Now, I know there's two schools of thought out there, Mac or PC. I use a MacBook Pro in my personal office, and then we use Mac Pro, the towers, in my editing office. You can get by with an iMac or a MacBook. Now, with the PCs, it needs to have at least Windows 8 in order to be considered up to date in order to run these new softwares. And I recommend a minimum of 4 gigabytes of RAM, ideally 8 gigabytes of RAM, and a minimum of 200 gigabytes of available hard drive space. That's for storing files on your computer, which usually I don't recommend storing photos on your computer that has the operating system on it, but you can have a temporary holding place. I want to talk about external hard drives for just a minute. Backing up your photos couldn't be any more important than breathing. If you're going to take the energy to photograph something, take the time to back it up. I can't stress the importance of backup anymore. I personally, when I first got started in photography, relied on my hard drive and had one drive that had all my photos on it, and then one day I heard this little clicking sound and it stopped working. Click. Now, fortunately for me, I had a company that I sent it off to in California, and they charged me $3,000. Not $300, but $3,000.
Wow, that's a lot of potatoes.
That's kind of average price, honestly, for a recovery of a big drive. If those photos are important enough to you, you're going to pay it. But you could just buy a little thing that costs about $50 to $100 and get an external hard drive for a second location of your photos. So every time you put the card into the hard drive, you're dumping it in 2 locations. The hard drive I'm going to recommend is a Western Digital 2 terabyte passport drive. This little guy is about $100 and has USB 3.0 connectivity, which means it's very fast on your computer. All right, extra batteries on your camera. Whenever you're out shooting, the last thing you want to do is go to click and you realize, oh, camera's dead.
You're not dating this one. This one's dead.
So I recommend 2 extra batteries in addition to the one that already came with your camera. So that means 3 batteries total. Now, you don't have to buy the camera brand battery, so you don't have to get the Nikon or the Canon brand battery. You can actually get off-brand batteries that are reliable. Wasabi on Amazon is one that I have found with great reliability and just about the same life as the original camera manufacturer's battery.
You want to make a deal?
I'd love to make a deal.
These little guys are pretty cheap, and you could actually probably buy 4 of them for the price of 1 camera manufacturer brand battery. Stabilizing your camera in low light is pretty important. You get sharper photos. That results in using a lower ISO, which means you're going to get clearer photos. So I'm going to recommend getting a tripod made by, I think it's a Korean company called Siriu. It's like Siri something. Anyway, get a Siriu tripod. Get the one that's aluminum, not carbon fiber. It'll save you a ton of money. And it comes in 4 sections, and they twist lock. So it comes with a ball head, and it's about $130. All right, memory cards, just like batteries, you need to get extra ones. SD are the secure digital, thin little wafer type of cards that have the gold contacts on one side. They're called SD, and you need to get the newest ones that are the SDXC. They have the older ones, which are the SDHC. You need to get the XC, 90 megabyte a second read-write speed, for only like $27 on Amazon. So I'd get like 3 of those It's good to have a backup in case you leave one in the camera or leave one on your counter or something. In my business, I use Adobe Photoshop combined with Adobe Lightroom. Adobe Lightroom is gonna be pretty much your all-in-one editor when it comes to shooting and editing RAW photos. So in RAW, you need a specialized program. Photoshop and Lightroom are about the best thing out there for editing your RAW files. Whenever you're using Adobe Cloud, all you do is pay a flat monthly fee and you can get a combination of Photoshop and Lightroom. I think it's like $9.99 a month, $10 a month for 2 programs that are professional. That's pretty cheap. Now with SD cards, the little thin guys, those you can usually stick right into the side of your computer. Most computers, most laptops these days include an SD reader built in. If your computer does not have a built-in SD card reader, you can go buy one for really cheap. The one we're going to recommend has multiple slots for multiple cards. Get the one that's got the fastest connectivity, so like USB 3. What I've always had was a camera backpack that holds a laptop as well. So when I'm traveling, I have my computer and my camera and my lenses all in one pack. Pretty convenient, huh? The one I'm going to recommend is a Low Pro Fast Pack. It holds a laptop up to about 15 inches. And also, there's the Low Pro Flip Side AW camera backpack. Holds a DSLR, a couple lenses, flash. In a basic class, we don't really discuss flash. In fact, we don't discuss flash at all. All we use is the sun and things to bounce the light off of, called reflectors. So these reflectors have 5 different surfaces in one. It's called a 5-in-1 reflector. Amazon has a billion of them. That includes our basic photographer's starter gear video. I'm Aaron Hogan with I Wander Photo, and you can follow our videos on our YouTube page down below.